RC enthusiasts of the interweb. I'm Will, that's Gil behind the camera. We are Livin for RC, and today we're doing episode 3 of upgrades and repairs on the Traxxas Rustler 4x4 VXL. Because we've had some problems with these things constantly breaking, they move in and out, that's great, but the edges here are broken, and that's what's happened here. If you can see on the wheel side, we'll take off all the tires and show you a little better in a minute here, but it's totally broken off from there. So that's the third or fourth time that's happened. So we decided to get some aluminum ones, and I just got this in the mail today. So let's see what's in there. Whee! Ah, yes, yes they are. All right, the GPM Racing aluminum drive shaft with a hardened steel on the end. Sierra Sierra Lima Alpha 1280 Foxtrot Hotel. And I got the orange ones. I'm deciding if I do any metal or aluminum upgrades, I'm going to go with orange so it goes with the logo. Let me know in the comments how you like the new logo. So we're going to be installing these today. We hope you enjoy it. Let's get her done. So if you remember, I got this little toolkit, and I figured I would need to get something larger, and so I did. But first, for small repairs like cell phones and glasses, this is a really great thing. The only thing I see that needs to happen is these little O-rings weren't glued. So you need to put some glue in there and set those back in the thing, and then it'll actually maybe hold. So this is something that I've already surpassed, but it is nice to have all these rows and rows and rows of bits. So I'm definitely not unhappy that I bought this, but I went ahead and got another toolkit, a pretty cheap one. So you get your wire cutter, some needle nose, and some of these bent needle nose. You can let me know in the comments exactly what this is called for, for popping in bearings or ball shafts into the shaft. Or what I like to do is you can hold anything you're going to solder with this, put a rubber band around the handle, and it'll hold it there for you while you're soldering or whatever, putting things together, whatever you need to do there. So let's get to it. We're going to take all the tires off so we can all get a better look at this. So let's get a better view, shall we? So number 7, box wrench. And that was pretty dreamy easy with the new toolkit, I gotta say. Love it. So that's one. So we got all 4 tires off. Here, this is the broken one. You see that in there? See, we got one thing on and the other one is totally missing. And that's the 3rd or 4th time that part has broke. It's broken on the wheel side as well as the motor side on both of these. So these slide off, they just have shafts. The new ones are pretty much the same. You slide how they kind of find the groove, and they slide in. The lines correlate with the notches inside there. So this is the inner piece, and this is the outer piece. The outer piece slides in there and then locks in. This model, the motor's here, so that's going to be easier. I won't have to remove any of the motor like the older Rustlers. You used to have to remove the motor side to get into them, and this one we're not going to have to do that. This is going to be a bit easier, so appreciate that from Traxxas. Thank you so much for making that a much easier repair. So let's see, we'll do the broken one first. How's that? And use this nut or wheel to turn it so you can see where the Allen set is and find a way to get in there. So we are using a 1.5 millimeter Allen wrench. you can see it's a pretty long pin with threads on the outside. Now with that removed, then you can pull this straight off of there. So you can see the stock ones are pretty, oh, these ones aren't bad. They're not that loose, not too bad, but eventually they get hot. And I've seen some of them where these straight lines are twisted like a candy cane. I got this brand new box right here. So you know about the other Zeee powers that we have. Here we go, the 5200 2-cell, and then we upgraded to a 4500 milliamp 3-cell. But I like the Zeee power because the plastic case. So I found one a little bit bigger. So let's see what we got in here. Whee! We don't need no stinking instructions. We got the new Zeee Power 5200 milliamp, just like the 2-cell battery, but this is the 3-cell battery. Let's see if we can get the little, there we go, line it up and see the difference between the thickness, 2-cell, 3-cell. There's quite a bit of space there, but it will still fit in the stock Rustler. You just have to turn this thing around. This is for a small battery. Turn it around so you can clip in a big battery. Or actually, in this case, I think the one that goes straight over, Traxxas, comes with the other piece. I don't have it right in front of me, but we could just put that on, and we may do that. But that fits in there dreamy. And it clips. See, it's probably not going to fit if we do it this way. Yeah, that's not going to happen. See the angle there? It won't close all the way. So you flip it around, and you pop it in that way. There we go. Nice lead. Deans. All right. Now the next thing we're going to need to take off here is this. Let's bring this a little closer. So there's a pin behind this nut which locks it in there and allows that to, when the gear turns, it continues to turn the wheel. So I think a flathead screwdriver is needed. So you see we need to pry this little nut back, and you'll see a pin behind it. So pried it off a little bit, so I'm going to try to take this thing here, pliers, whatever you got, and pop that right off, and you see that there's a slot there that corresponds with the pin in here, which needs to be removed so that you can remove it out the back. Then you just push it out. Another good place to use the needle nose pliers. Oh, there's another little washer in there. Try not to lose that. And when you're taking this out, especially when you're putting it back in, see there's a bearing right here. Try not to pop the bearing out. Try to leave it in place the whole time. There's no reason to take that out. So now we can really see where this broke here. In there, but so yeah, either way, that's all broken. So let's see. So we are on the front. So there are front and rear. Yeah, this one's say front CVD. So this one's must say rear CVD. Rear CVD, yes they do. Okay, so let's get this open. O-ring. See this little up closer, you see the numbers there are 85 to 91 millimeters of travel. So they move in and out just like the other ones, but as the Traxxas is a 2-piece system, the aftermarket racing is a 3-piece, 1 piece, 2 pieces, and the centerpiece in the middle. So we're going to want to start with the wheel side. This is a little different than the stock one as well. You see the stock had this pin that went through the shaft to hold it on there. You can see how chewed up that is a bit. But this one has a flat side. You see there's a flat side on this notch. You see it's flat. And of this has, of course, this has the same corresponding on the inside with a hole that you put the set screw that also comes in the bag here. So again, we're going to put this through first. This one might be another situation to use the needle nose pliers. gently so we don't scratch anything. Right through the hole there. There we go. Now to the hole. Pull it to the other side and try not to take out that bearing. There we go. Once you get it right, now you see you turn one side, the other side turns. The bearing allows that to work in that manner. Now we take the inside, hold this up with a finger so that you can slide it on there. Rotate it until it's feel the notch. There we are. If you get a lot of crud built up in the screw holes, take the smaller size first. That's way too small in there. Put it in there and rotate it and help get some of that stuff out of there. So by removing that, allows this to have further travel. See if I can get this in there. There we go. Move one, the other should turn and turn. There we go. So everything's in there and working. So yeah, that definitely helped to remove the shock from the A-frame here, so you have the full movement of this. So move this, and as well as your servo angle here, to find the right angle so you can pull this through as far as it goes so you can get this in there. So now that we got it in place, let's say we cinch it down on both sides. So in the package, you get two tiny little Allen sets and you get two longer pins. The longer pins go on the inside and the short little Allen set screws go on the outside. So we'll go ahead and work on the outside first. So I'm pulling this out to keep it as far out as it goes, because it'll slip back in real easy. So hold by pinching with your fingers, you can pull that out and push the nut up against it at the same time. Then screw it in nice and loose in the beginning. There we go, to make sure you don't strip it out. And then once you feel it stop, give it a good nudge there. And that part's done. That's the outside, as easy as that. Just the most important thing there is to make sure that little spacer that's built into the nut goes on the inside, so that it only pushes on the inside of the bearing and not the outside, so you continue to rotate naturally. Now we do the inside. You see there's a larger hole on the inside and there's a smaller hole on the inside, and the pin is only going to fit in one of those holes. Pin goes through the large hole, 2 millimeter. We're going to spin this on this side until you find a good angle. So you turn it until the large hole gets facing to a direction that you can access it. I'm going to go just under the edge of this bumper here and try to get into it that way. Actually, I might even be able to go right above that bumper. I like to hold it on there with my finger so you don't lose it. Find your way to the hole. And then use the other end, rotate it until it's in a comfortable way and it's going through. There we go. It turns out it worked better going above the bumper. There. That's tightened down. Everything's spinning freely. So that side is done. Now we just do the same thing to all 3 other sides. But I'm finding that the design is true, is that the slash works really good on a nicely groomed race course. The max is great for bashing or for flips at a skate park, and the Rustler is the perfect blend between the two. It can do racing and it can do the flips, and that's one of the reasons why I chose the Rustler to be my first Traxxas purchase. Some of them went in nice and easy, and some of them not so much. Keep working on it until you get it. There we go, all 4 are done. So the balance up there, all around it, we are done. Nice orange aluminum with hardened steel and driveshafts all the way around. Alright, so the only thing left to do is put on the tires, which is easy enough. The only thing you need to look at is the tread. Just make sure the arrows, you see the arrows in there, are always going forward. us out tomorrow for Bashing the Parts, episode 4. And we're going to get our first chime to use the 5200 milliamp Zeee Power 3-cell 80C Lipo battery. And a little tip for these things, they're kind of hard to put on. And you grab them one on either side and spread it open a bit, and then get it down in there. Still not on right. There we go. There. So that's about it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. If you want to see a really awesome bashing video, click here or click here. Have a good one, and later on.